It was very difficult. I usually share with people that it's embarrassing, and yet I tell people that the first year we were married, I left him several times. I walked out because I couldn't do it. It was too difficult. We fought a lot, and I was like, I can't do this, but then I kept going back to, but I knew that I loved him. We had a lot of fun together. We had a lot in common, still do, but it was just a difficult time.
Well, some of the things that she would do is just very determined to do what she wanted to do. She didn't run off or anything like that, but we would set down rules of the house. This is what we expect for you to do in the house. You do need to pick your clothes up off the floor. You need to put your dirty dishes back in the sink. And it was just a very determined young girl, but she wasn't going to do those things, and there was no way that we could make her do those things. We wrestled with that. In fact, I remember once my daughter made some kind of announcement, or she just refused to do something, and she went storming upstairs. And I was sitting on the couch, and Annette was sitting next to me, and just wringing my hands, probably mostly in my mind, but I felt the stress just building on me, thinking I should know what to do, I should have all the answers to this. And Annette expects me to have the answers for this parenting stuff. I've been doing it now for 16 years, and nothing was coming to mind, and I just felt like Annette's eyes were just boring into me, so I just turned to her and I said, "What are you looking at?" And so that was the next. I expected me to have more parenting answers than what I did have.
Well, the one thing Bob and I have always had in common is our faith, our value systems, and our belief systems have always been very similar. And it was just like one day, he and I said, the only thing we have in common right now is our beliefs in God. And so we literally got on our knees and committed our relationship to God, that we were going to do whatever it took to make this work. And we got into counseling to help us figure out how to deal with it. And I think the best scenario that we were given by our pastor was, and he used to be an attorney for a law firm, our pastor did. He said it reminded him of, I was the prosecuting attorney and he was the defending attorney, and that I would prosecute his daughter so heavily that it forced him to defend her. And it was about coming and meeting in the middle and figuring out, how do we deal with this as a couple? And I think that was kind of the beginning of our process and learning how to deal with it.
We talk a lot to groups sometimes in marriage seminars, and one of the things that we put on our brochures as we're advertising these, and the things that we tell them when we start, is we've been very happily married for 15 years, and in a couple of months we're going to celebrate our 17th wedding anniversary. And because it's true, there were about 2 years that it was anything but blissful. In fact, it was still a coin toss whether or not our marriage would survive. The things that we learned in talking to our various pastors, the counselors, we had to hunt and peck to find different solutions to the problems that we were having. And in the curriculum that we now have the opportunity to teach is a real concise place where you don't have to hunt and peck. Most everything is already there, and it's taught in a very logical way. And I just wish we had that when we started out, because that's the information that we had to find by trial and error.